Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles. From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check mark. Take it, man, with that. Look out.
First down, and they're going to throw without it. Flushed, and time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Switch up. Check the backer. Here we go.
Throwing is Allen on third. And Tate's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up. Looking to throw on second down. Allen, and he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. A first down carry by Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's spelling them in the offensive backfield.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Well, he's going to go for it all. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. N'Keal Harry, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He'll buy some time. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now it's Watson. He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
From the 44, Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 23 yards, the final tally.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. Now they have a first down and more. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, LA. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Point after, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 16. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 3rd down, Allen. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message,
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. From the 29, Allen eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Here's Allen to throw it. The open man is Smith. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
At the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Half 85. Smooth. Here we go. Check Mike, man. Watch the pass. Check Mike, man. You ain't going nowhere.
Now Allen. Flushed out right. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
To throw is Watson, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Allen now looks to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Rams on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
56.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Hey. Hatchet. Joker. Alert. 26. Time to go.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Allen going to throw. This one caught by Ridley. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air, Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Here's Coleman on the draw. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's caught. Jones. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 54.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Watson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. This one complete to Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Check, 59. Oh, here we go, 9.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Maurice Hurst drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. On 1st down, it's Elliott. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle.
And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 59 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long. It's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
The 1st down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Allen. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try?
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. Room past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. To throw on third down. Watson steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play there for the Saints. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on second and less than a yard. Back now in Los Angeles. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. To throw again on second down. Watson, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal. Now we'll give right side Coleman. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. It's second and goal back to the 8-yard line now. They will run again with Coleman. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. Third and goal. It's Coleman here. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Hey, echo.
Now on second and 13. Allen. And oh, look at that. A diving catch.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run it with Elliott. Elliott a first down and more as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's first and 10. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Here's Allen. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Allen to throw again. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They go play action here on first down. He's going to go. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
From the 29, Allen flushed out right. And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A gain of 37. This is Coleman. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson, and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Set. 19. 24. Let's go.
After the interception, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Watch the whip.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
54, right there, 54 miles. Let's go, defense. Our time. Let's go.
Watson now, throwing on third and long, escaping the pressure right. This complete to Jones. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. He's at the 40. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. He's got Smith here. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
To throw is Allen. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now Allen. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Saints, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.